In this video, I will be discussing the 5 different diverse methods that you can use to start saving your hard-earned money. Hey, what's up you guys? Will here. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any future videos. Have you ever heard your parents or some of your relatives say something called "do not put all your eggs in one basket"? This video is to discuss on how you can diversify your savings through different various methods to get more bang for your buck. So like I said in the intro, we will be discussing 5 different methods where you can put your hard-earned money. Number 1, fixed deposit, or I will just call it FD for short. So FD has been widely discussed in my previous few videos. If you have not watched those videos, please feel free to watch the entire playlist that I'll be linking at the end of this video. FD is by far the most safe and the most risk-free of all the methods that I'll be discussing in this video. FD is so risk-free that it is protected by government, protected by PIDM, and all you have to do is just take your money, put it in the FD, and just collect the profit at the end of the term. FD has also many different rates, some of them depending on the timeline that you are willing to part with your money. There are a lot of FD promotions going on from time to time by various banks, and some of them requires what we call as fresh funds. What does fresh fund mean? Fresh fund basically means money that is not currently stored or currently saved in that bank account. So for example, if you have a CIMB account and you heard of a promo in, let's say, another bank, let's say Alliance Bank, that requires fresh funds, you are not eligible to use any existing fund from Alliance Bank in order to qualify for the promotion. You have to bring out that money from a foreign bank and transfer it to Alliance Bank in order to qualify for that promotion. This is what we call as fresh funds. So promotions from time to time can be very good, can be as high as 3.5, 3.7, some even 3.9%, 4%. But those higher payouts tend to be more reserved for very, very high funds like 100k and above. But if you have somewhere around like 10k or 20k, there is no reason why you cannot get about 3.5% when you are investing during the promotion period. Number 2, stock market. Stock market is extremely risky, and definitely I would not recommend this for beginners. If you have no disposable income, you are not encouraged to invest in stock market. Stock market in Malaysia is not like stock market in the US, whereby the US stock market has what we call as index fund, whereby the best performing companies are actually combined into a single stock where you can buy and you gain profit based on the performance of this group of companies or this group of stocks. But in Malaysia, we currently do not have that. So the only way for you to invest in stock market is by individually picking your companies. So because of this, you need to research a lot about the prospective company that you are interested to invest your money with. And stock market, when it crash, you can lose every single cent that you put in it. So this is a very high risk, high return kind of investment, and I do not recommend you trying this unless you have the experience or have some money to burn. Maybe you can put in like 100 ringgit and test your luck, and once you gain confidence, once you gain some experience, you can start to increase it a little bit. But for starters, please do not try this unless you have someone very knowledgeable and very experienced to guide you. Number 3, PRS. PRS stands for Private Retirement Scheme. It's basically like EPF, but it's fully privatized. The bad thing is, this PRS is a very high risk investment because it is not protected by PIDM. Every single cent that you put in PRS can go away if the fund is not performing well. And there are no guaranteed returns. Unlike EPF, you are actually having a minimum of 2.5% guaranteed dividend. In PRS, you have none of those. PRS is actually a combination of a few funds by a few different companies. So when you invest in PRS, you are indirectly investing in those funds by certain companies. So if that fund performs well, you will get some return for your investment. And one good thing about PRS is this PRS can be tax relief. Tax relief means you can use this amount, which is the maximum of 3,000 per year, to deduct your tax amount. And I'll talk about this tax relief in my next video because the tax season is coming soon, which is in March. So I'll be telling you a certain items that you can use to minimize your tax that you pay to the government. Number 4 is insurance-linked savings. So insurance-linked savings is basically an insurance policy whereby when you pay your monthly premium, let's say you pay 200 ringgit for your monthly premium, you are investing a small amount, let's say like 10 to 20 ringgit in a certain fund. So this 10 to 20 ringgit that you invest in a fund can gain you some returns if the fund is performing well. And this is actually tied to your insurance policy, whereby it combines both saving and protection on top of the investment fund. So this is what we call as investment-linked insurance. Because this is tied to insurance, it is best for you to consult your insurance agent where you buy this policy from to discuss which funds to invest in, whether or not this certain fund has potential. These are all the items that you have to go through if you sign on this investment link policy. Last but certainly not least, number 5, I'll be talking about Amanah Saham. So Amanah Saham is a very minimal, or actually I can say low risk investment, and there are many components to Amanah Saham, or I'll call it ASB for short, because investing in ASB requires you to put in a certain capital. And when you buy the funds in ASB, you're buying in units. So for instance, if let's say a unit is selling for 2 ringgit, you can buy a certain amount of units. Let's say like you want to buy 1,000 units, so you invest 2 times 1,000, 2,000 ringgit into ASB. And ASB has quite a decent return. Historically, on average, you are able to get a profit of 7 cents per unit. So this is your actual profit that you get at the end of the year once it is announced. But sadly, in 2019, ASB has a historic low, the all-time low profit of 5.5 cents per unit. So it's still not so bad, and it's very low risk, minimal risk I would say, because you, despite not getting the profit at the end of the year, your capital that you invest is still secured. So you are technically not losing anything. It's just that whether or not how much profit you get, that is the only question that you have to think about. So there you go, the 5 different ways that you can invest your hard-earned money. For beginners, I would suggest you to start with FD and Amanah Saham ASB, as these two can potentially give you a decent profit just by putting in a certain amount of money. And these two are what I would deem as minimal to no risk at all. So it's very easy. You put in your money into the bank or the fund that you want to invest in, check it from time to time, and at the end of the term or end of the year, just collect your profit. As simple as that. If you are more adventurous, I can suggest that you can take up the investment linked insurance, which is moderately risky, but you are not losing a lot because you are just losing a portion of your premium to the investment in case it goes wrong, but you are still being protected by the insurance. For experts out there, stock market is definitely one you should take a look at. High risk, high return, who doesn't like that? So stock market, if it performs well, you can get your money back and more than that very, very quickly. And PRS, sad to say, I would rank this as the least desirable among all these methods I have discussed. The only plus side is that you can use the 3,000 ringgit per year to deduct your tax. I think that is the only plus that you can get from PRS, which I believe is something that you can do, but just invest minimally to minimize your loss. So if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button as it helps my channel out very, very much. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Share this with your friends, family, your colleagues, anyone who is interested in investing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.